Guess who's back? Back again.
Ooh, okay.
We are back.
Okay.
How y'all friends?
Okay.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess
Oh,
who's
yeah, my
back?
man hitting him with the whole thing. Go ahead, bro.
Da-na-na. That's it.
What's going on, boysies?
What to do? What to do?
What is happening, everybody?
Hello,
We are back.
Squatchers.
From hiatus number 2. But we are coming back with a vengeance. Coming back with a vengeance. We're back, motivated.
We do not have breaks coming up, I can tell you that.
No. We're getting into some busy season now.
We talked about it a little bit, but we have a schedule coming up.
Yes, sir.
It is it's 2 days out of the year? Yesterday and tomorrow, I think. But there's no
sports.
Major sport. Yeah, we got tennis.
Yeah, so like you said, no major sports.
Right. Literally me, Alex, and Casey in our group chat, like our gambling chat, we're in there like trying to figure out what to bet on, right? Because we're degens.
I'm surprised you didn't find like any Lithuanian soccer leagues or some shit like that.
So since you brought it up.
Of course you did, bro. Oh my god. Of course you did, cuz. Go ahead.
So
tell the people.
We've gotten a lot better, right? So we've been picking like, if we're betting on stuff overseas, we've been betting like $5-10, right? Instead of just going, hey, let's throw 200 on some random team we've never heard of.
First off, what to start with? if we're betting on stuff overseas, and a conversation.
Yeah, but then again, like you say that, and like every soccer game's overseas. Really, I don't bet MLS.
I mean, you're right. Valid point.
He got you there, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he did get you there.
MLS sucks to bet on.
That might be a mere formality, though. I don't know.
Leon, that's who we bet on.
Anyway, what were you gambling on?
Shelby Leon.
Leon.
Oh, like Lyon?
Leon.
Oh, okay. Well,
playing
French
Pachuca?
team. Lyon.
Pachuca? Might as well just be
You didn't even look up the pronunciations before you came on national television and started telling people about it?
I only put $10 on it, so whatever.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I took them. They were like the favorite, so I took $12 to win 10. That's all it was. Nothing big. And then I saw them score 3 goals, and I was like, well, that one won, so let me go take over 3.5 because I don't care anymore. And they scored a 4th goal. So, but yeah, we were betting on tennis, and literally, so I set this thing to handle. I was like, so Novak's got to do this set. This guy's got to do this set. This guy's got to do this set. And he goes, I don't know what any of that means. And I was like, all right, here. I shared him the bet. I was like, just make this bet. And he goes, okay. But yeah, the Wimbledon, like it's fun to watch him. That's about it. So.
Yeah, I barely played.
Well, for the Squatchers, we will never have a segment of tennis. I can tell you that.
Never say never. Never say never. Interest change, tastes.
I mean, unless
evolve.
Rafael Nadal comes on our podcast, it's never.
Yeah, well, I don't know his people, so.
Have his people call our people. And our people are these people.
Exactly.
Rafi, if your people are watching, probably pay them less money because I feel like there's much better things they could be doing with their time.
Probably should be figuring out the things to do.
100%.
Scouring the web trying to find baby infantile podcasts.
Mm-hmm. I think the craziest thing is it was Novak. He was in like the 2nd round, and his coaches had to huddle around the guy making his drink because they didn't want to know what kind of like formula they mixed for him during match.
That's a little extra.
And all I'm saying is one of the bottles he poured in there looked like an airplane liquor bottle.
That makes nice.
That's the big thing going around on social media right now. They're like, so does Novak drink vodka with like his energy? Like,
probably, bro. His last name's Djokovic.
Right, he's Serbian.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited for tonight, boys. I'm excited for tonight's pod. Yeah. This is literally my favorite time of the year. We're like 3 weeks away from starting the league again.
9 Sundays.
Show, which, if y'all haven't watched the league, watch the league. You don't even have to like fantasy football or football in general. I mean, there'll be some references you don't get, but such a good show. put Krista on it last year. I told her, I was like, we watch this every football season. And she's like, I'm with it. I was like, I picked the right one. Let's go. What are we sipping tonight, boys, before we get into the fuckery?
Well, high noon.
Is that the new tequila one? Or is it a vodka?
No, it's a vodka soda.
Vodka boy. Jack and Gingy? Or is that Captain?
Jack and Gingy.
Water.
Wagwa? Hey, it's a good mixer.
Hey, not wrong.
Hydrate.
I'm still on. I haven't had a beer in like a month and 10 days.
Good for you.
I wish that was the case.
Well, you were just on vacation.
Yeah. That's going to change here towards the end of this month.
Consumed
I'm going on a cruise.
way too much alcohol on vacation.
It's vacation. Yeah, that's why I texted you. So I'll put this story in real quick because it goes with the theme of tonight's episode. You guys probably already know by now we're in a Dynasty Fantasy League. McCoy has Trevor Lawrence. So I texted him. I want to say it was like 8 p.m. on a Wednesday or maybe 8 p.m. on the 4th, a Tuesday. And I said, you drunk enough to trade Trevor Lawrence yet? Didn't answer me at all. I woke up to a text from him at 7:15 the next morning, and he said, hell no. And then I proceeded to text him back and say, how about now? Because I knew he was on vacation, so I know your ass was drunk at 7:15 in the morning. It's the only reason you were up that early. Needless to say, I did not get Trevor Lawrence. So
yeah,
there's that.
No, it was actually one of them ones. So like, I muted everything for the whole trip.
That's good.
So like some of the stuff I saw or like I messaged would have been early in the morning, like obviously. But yeah, there was me and Doug consumed a lot of alcohol. A lot.
Who is Doug?
My brother.
Oh.
That car.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not the brother I met. That's why I didn't know the name.
Oh, you meant Matt, but no, Doug's the one that's in the chat.
Gotcha. Okay. Hi, Doug. Hope you had a better vacation than
Doug
did.
Yeah. It was one
good time.
We came up with a lot of dumb games of drinking.
Always good.
Nice.
Always good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I could barely drink with one McCoy. I can't imagine the whole clan.
True.
Yeah. It gets rough. My aunt was there too, and we started busting out some cards. And I was like, "Hey, Bonnie, come in here," and she's like, "Oh no."
No, I know.
No.
Oh no. She goes, "I get up, and we start playing cards. I know what happens." She wasn't wrong. That was the first time I've been sick in probably about a year and a half.
And Bonnie ain't falling for them tricks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we came up with a crazy card game, and it was the dumbest thing in the world. We just rolled over cards and said, "You pull a face card, 3-second count. You pull an ace. You pull an ace, finish your drink."
That's what the hell I'm talking about there. All right.
Yeah, pull back to next vacation. Night. But yeah, it was a fun time.
He said night.
Yeah, I said night.
All right, boys, shall we dive in?
Oh, let's get after it.
Let's do it.
Get into it.
Ian,
all right,
our host, tell the people what's going on.
So we are getting into that special time of year where our NFL fans and those that say they don't gamble do gamble. It's almost fantasy football time.
Is this gambling? This doesn't feel like gambling to me. It just feels like a sure thing. I think almost every episode, we'll have to go back and scour the archives. This is episode 17. Pretty sure that trophy's made an appearance in at least 13 of them. Ain't changing today.
Sorry, I had to respond to text.
interrupt.
No, it's all right. So we're going to do some power rankings here. So if you're watching, you're in luck. You are in luck. We're going to help you guys draft a stellar team. And then,
you know what I was thinking right before we started this? This might be a little counterintuitive because we're doing a Squatchin Sports League. We're just giving everybody all this information before we even conceive our league.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey,
but
we're giving them all the tools. All the totals.
That's right. No
Have at it.
excuses, right?
Yeah, but our fantasy league is
Have
gonna
at
be
it.
kind of like on a free basis, give out something kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what that's what my plan was for it. No
Mhm.
entry, and then winner gets some swag or something.
Mm-hmm. And I was also I didn't bring it up to you guys yet, but we're gonna get on our platforms and we'll get together probably once we get closer to like more draft times, and we'll make our top 20 or top 32 of each position to post on social media for people. So we'll rank it out there. We're not gonna do that tonight because we'll be here for
No,
hours.
that's not what's happening tonight.
No.
Ian, what's our limit tonight?
We're going to do 5. Top 5 plus. Tell them, Jimmy.
A dark horse. I've been practicing that all day.
Where's the giddy up?
Oh, that was solid.
I don't have no giddy up, bro. I'm 31 now. I ain't got no giddy up left in me. There it is. That's my boy right there.
First point. Hold on a second.
Ian still got
Come on,
life.
time it up. Time it up. I was waiting for you guys to time it up together.
Time what up? Oh, the point?
No, you didn't make the sound on him that be galloping.
Oh, yeah. No, we
Oh,
fumbled the bag
shoot.
on that one. We're going to cut that one out before we upload to YouTube.
No. Well, it's live, so unfortunately.
Well,
I guess I can't cut you.
Whatever. Well, we're fine.
All right, so we're going to go from position to position. What do you think? We go QB last? QB first.
No, I'm down.
I think
I'm down with QB last. I'm gonna do QB last. I feel like most people strategy is that they're drafting their QB after they take all their skill positions anyway. So, well,
typically,
except for maybe
depending.
Or,
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
three to five guys, but
Right.
yeah, no, QB last is fine.
right.
So we're not doing kickers and we're not doing defenses because it's like whose line is it anyway? They're made up and the points don't matter. But it will be all skill positions. So
Word. Cool. So we got. Let's start with tight ends. Yeah.
Sure.
yeah, that's fine. Work our way backward. Works for me. I'm interested to see the similarities and differences that we have. I'm excited for this.
Are we gonna give each top 5, or are we gonna?
Yeah, we'll just go person by person and then just switch who leads each time. It's fine. You want to start with the oldest and we'll just let McCoy kick it off, his geriatric ass?
Sure.
All right.
Did you hear us?
I heard him.
You still there, Grandpa?
Geriatric joke. I'm
Okay.
not sure though.
We're going backwards or just straight from the top?
No, yeah, start with one.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, Kelsey's obviously there. No one's touching him.
Did y'all not get fed tonight? What is going on here? You're both eating.
I'm eating pistachios, man.
Bro, you got a mouthful.
I'm not
of
eating
nuts talking about
pistachios.
fantasy football.
Mhm.
I'm eating breakfast for dinner.
But no, I would say obviously Kelsey. He's gonna get fed.
All right.
My number 2 is gonna be TJ.
Okay.
The Hawk.
The
Hawk.
Yeah. Number 3 is Kittle. And then we're gonna go. I'm gonna go a little different than what I know you guys are gonna go. I'm gonna go the young guys. I'm gonna go Pitts and Freiermuth.
Who's your dark
That's a
horse?
Probably Gesicki in New England.
Jesus.
Some bold statements.
That's Super Bowl. All right, I didn't see that one coming. Holy hell.
So we wrap this back. So we got Kelsey,
Hawkinson,
Kelsey,
Kittle,
TJ Hawk.
Kittle,
Pitts, Fryer.
Pitts, and Muth.
Move.
I don't see.
And your dark horse.
Yeah. Good old Mike.
Get sick.
I don't know. I feel like that's. I mean,
You know, New England tight ends average like 3 points a game, right?
I know.
Okay, just checking.
He's the darkest of darks.
Why it's a dark horse, bud.
Yeah. Oh, I like it on screen too. No, I don't hate your top 5.
Yes, sir.
I don't hate your top 5. It's pretty similar.
I mean, the only person that's not in there that, like, I would say, like, Waller, I don't know what he's going to do for the Giants. And Andrews. I mean, Andrews is Andrews. He's going to get his shit, but, like, I just don't have him there. I don't have him there.
Yeah. Again, this is all opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
You
I just
go
personally
second?
think the Patriots have to prove something this year, and they're going to check down a lot.
You can go. I'm going to type this out. Just get them
you
set
said
up. And then
oldest,
I'll,
man.
So, maybe not so surprisingly, or I guess semi-surprisingly, McCoy, you and I have a very similar list. I have Kelsey 1. That's going to be across the board, right? If you don't have Kelsey as the number 1 tight end, you have no business doing fantasy football. Just take 18 kickers and call it a wrap because you're.
Don't subscribe from our channel.
So I got Kelsey 1. I also have Hawkinson 2.
No, we need subscribers.
And I do have Kittle 3. So our top 3 were actually the exact same. Mine are, as you guys can see, pre-written before this. Okay. And then 4, I do have Mark Andrews. I was a little hesitant to do this, but that offense is going to do one of 2 things. It's either going to fly high as hell, or a couple people are going to get hurt and they're going to be screwed, right? If it flies super high, I wouldn't be surprised to see Andrews above Kittle and maybe even Hawkinson. But that's what I got there. And then 5, I actually do have Muth as well. Just because if Kenny Pickett doesn't take a huge step forward this season, I don't know how long his career is going to last, not only in Pittsburgh but in the NFL. And Muth is going to be an integral part of that, I think. And then my dark horse is someone that was on my fantasy team for a brief period last year. He's actually on a team of someone in this podcast right now who, as you guys know, we're in a dynasty league. It is Jawan Johnson of the New Orleans Saints.
Good one.
I was thinking about fantasy the other day because we can maybe dive into it if we have time at the end, but there's been some moving and shaking going on in our dynasty league. And I wanted to try and snag Jawan Johnson just because, but he is on Ian's team. So Ian, good call with the hold there. John alluded to it a little bit. He talked about Darren Waller up in New York. That guy made his career off catching passes from Derek Carr, who is now in New Orleans.
Exactly.
So, he's my dark horse. That's my top 5. I don't even really know if I have an honorable mention. I'm not trying to bash your pick here. I don't think Kyle Pitts. Here's the thing. I consider putting him in the top 5 because just like I said with Kenny Pickett, this is a make or break year for him too, right? Like, dude, they waste, or I don't want to say wasted. They spent a very high draft pick on you. I understand injuries happen. That's part of the sport, but you got to show them something. So that's where I'm at.
They don't have a quarterback.
Does it matter though? I mean, honest, like as a tight end, and you have that size, that speed, you could play as a receiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, McCoy and I actually have Hawkins in it too. And
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean he's there, but I mean,
see what happens. You're a Florida fan. You're a Gator fan, so
you can't touch. No, I was talking to Hawkinson. You can't touch Kelsey. The dude can have 4 touchdowns in a game. And he's bare minimum having 1, you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure there was one game last season where he had 4 touchdowns and like 28 yards.
Yeah. There was one game, I think it was, what was it, 3 touchdowns and was it 3 yards? It was something stupid. Yeah. It was like 3 touchdowns under 10 yards on 3 catches.
Mont, that's a good point. I don't think it's going to matter at all because when Madison comes in, or when he came in when Cook was out, he averaged over 20 fantasy points a game. They're not. I don't think they're taking a step back at all. I'm not saying the guy's Dalvin Cook, but I think he's very underrated.
That's not going to affect Hawkinson. I don't think
it will either because they'll still have the ability to run the ball at the same rate.
The only thing that I see that I don't know if that's the point you're going at is they didn't throw to Cook. They might throw to Madison. I don't know, but that's affecting that maybe.
Yeah, there's a
Because
possibility.
the Cook brothers cannot catch the ball.
James Cook? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Well, yeah. Hawkinson in the 5th, a good snag. Yes. Yeah, if he gets to the 5th round, absolutely. I'd be surprised if people weren't taking him late 3rd, early 4th.
In the 3rd round.
Go ahead, E. What you got?
All right. So obviously, number 1 is the same. Actually, our top 3 are the same. Kelsey, Hawkinson. Yeah. Kelsey, Hawkinson are 1 and 2. I actually have Andrews at 3.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think his targets are going to change a whole lot, even with like OBJ there. I just don't think it's going to change.
No. And Zay Flowers.
I know they have. Yeah, I know they have Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers as well. But I mean, Andrews in the red zone. That's touchdowns all day, unless they do something running thing. But I know they're trying to throw it more. So Andrews at 3. I actually have Dallas Goedert at 4.
Ooh, okay.
And I have Kittle at 5. The main reason I switched that is because San Fran has so many weapons, and Kittle has had a lot of injuries that, one, I'm not saying we'll make it through the season, but I just think they just have so much around they can do that Kittle's targets won't be as high for a tight end. I could be wrong, but that's
you make
good
points. You make good points. My thought process was no matter who's going to be playing quarterback for them, it's going to be a young quarterback one way or the other, whether it's Brock or Lance. And that was just kind of my thought process with it. But you raised a good point that I didn't think about.
So
yeah, but I mean, your points are valid too. Like, he could easily be the 3. Kittle's just kind of like just one of those guys that he's going to have a game where he just goes off, and then he could just be also just consistent all year. It's just yeah.
Right. So since you brought that up, I'm going to go off this real quick, Ian. I saw the comment in the chat. Mainly because he was on my team. Kittle didn't have a lot of receptions last year. He was very low. And he still put up points. Like he was getting his 3-4 receptions, getting his 30-40 yards, but catching a TD. That's the only reason I put him in the top 5 this year. I wouldn't have put him in the top 5 off his performance last year. I think he's only going to get better this year. Like I said, as long as I saw in the chat there, as long as he's healthy.
Sure. And then my dark horse, and I will say, being a Steelers fan, I have Muth on this list sucks. I wanted him to be on there, but I just think those 5 are just more of a top 5 than Muth. I would have him at 6, and he's not a dark horse by any means, so I'm not going to put him in that. My dark horse is actually also on my fantasy team, and it is not Juwan Johnson. It's a guy that, good luck pronouncing his name. Chigoziem Okonkwo.
Tennessee, baby.
Really?
He already had this thing typed out. Look at it. Because I
had to type it a couple of times.
Yeah, he didn't type that on the fly.
I was going between him and David Njoku. And David Njoku's on the Browns. And I'm not picking Browns.
It was a pride thing.
You know what I mean? That's also a top 10 tight
end. He is. Yeah. But yeah, I think Okonkwo is going to be a pretty big part of that Tennessee offense, whatever offense they decide to have. Who knows what's going to happen there? I mean, they're going to run the ball through Henry.
Tennessee, you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't. But that's why it's my dark horse. I don't know what's going to happen.
No, for sure.
I think he definitely has a possibility.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my hope, at least, because those are my tight ends. That's all I got to work with. So
no one's
Jimmy and I are right.
Taysom Hill?
Taysom Hill? Hell no, bro. So 2 years ago in my one league, I had him, and whenever they had him get points for QB and tight end.
Fat.
And I put him in that one game where he went off. Oh my god! Immediately changed it.
There was like one game I remember that it was like broken for fantasy. It was like 50-some points for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He absolutely blew up. It was nuts.
Because you had him at the tight end position, and he played quarterback that whole game. Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember it.
Correct.
3-4 touchdowns.
Correct.
Position's next.
Let's switch to. Let's just go wide receiver.
All right.
Go wide out. This is going to be.
Let's go
I think
backwards.
this is where I think some of our
Snake
lists
draft.
will
Get after it, Ian.
snake it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, E.
So, I mean, number one is Justin Jefferson. It's the same. I mean, I feel like he has to be number one. He's just a monster, and that's about all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, I know he's Jimmy's number one team.
Yeah.
Got him last.
Yeah, this is a tough list.
It was. This was probably my hardest position to fill out.
Well, there's so many, and there's so many good ones too.
Right. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I didn't write anything down before this. I'm kind of just going off of
Oh, you're freestyling?
freestyling. Yeah, kind of like what I did at the beginning.
Nina,
Except that's not
Pinta,
freestyling. I guess
Santa
that's already
Maria.
weird. But
I had the Samsung Notes, baby.
Yeah.
nachos and lemon heads on my dad's boat. Man, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Jamar Chase. Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Let me type these in while I'm going here. Because there's going to be a lot of catching up to do if I don't. All right. You know what? Let me do this. I'm going to keep the list. That way I can go back through if we need it.
I mean, you look at that top 10 and maybe even top 12, and that's hard to break them down into 5.
Dude, it is. It really is.
All scenarios. I mean, everyone that's in here watching knows too, like fantasy, it's all on scenarios, right? You got that dumb friend of yours that drafts some dumb player in the first pick. So it's all scenario based. If Shaq, you're in here, I'm talking about you, by the way.
All right. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I wanted to go with
Ooh, hit it home run.
Tyreek.
Okay.
Tyreek at number 3. Read his first name, not his last name. I'm going Devontae.
Adams?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Devontae Smith because he's on your team. I was like,
No,
bro,
no,
let's
no.
pump the brakes, all right? We let you slide in with the Conquo. Goddamn brakes.
That man's eventually breaking his
No,
leg.
Devontae Adams. He better not break his leg. You take that back.
Yeah, what the
My
fuck, John? You can't wish that on somebody.
need
That's a
him,
man's
man.
livelihood.
That man's like Kevin Durant out there playing football. The size of them legs.
Yeah, he needs to beef up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Needs to get the AJ Brown diet.
I think number 5, I'm going Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
Dark horse. I think our dark horse is going to be pretty crazy, but at least I hope they are.
Yeah, this was a fun position to pick a dark horse for.
Mm-hmm.
How far are you going down?
He about to tell us, bro.
I'm going to go. Yeah, man, chill. I'm going to go Jerry Jeudy.
Isn't he on your team too?
He is.
Get the hell out of here, bro.
So,
guys, so listen.
the reason I'm picking
If they're not on my team, they're not ranked in the top 5.
Hold on, Chloe. Hold on. Let me hear this. Go ahead, E.
The reason I'm picking Jerry Jeudy is obviously, yes, he's on my team. But for those that don't know, I've been trying to trade him. Or not trying to trade him, but I've been offering him up. So one is going to increase his stock. No, I'm just kidding. So there's been multiple reports out of Broncos camp saying that Jerry Jeudy is going to be a big part of this offense this year with Sean Payton there. Now, that's relying on Russell Wilson not being Russell Wilson last year as well. Correct. You're correct. But he did have a pretty decent season last year as far as points went. I didn't play him very often because I had other options, but I think he's going to have a pretty solid year this year.
It wasn't the option.
Should be all right.
Yep.
Be all right.
Let's hear it, Jimbo.
That's me.
There's like I said, there's going to be some similarities here, right? Number 1 overall, Justin Jefferson. I don't care whose team he's on. He should be, if you're in a PPR league, which I just want to say one thing real quick, it's 2023. If you're not in a PPR league, throw the whole goddamn league away, please. Okay.
Well, yes. In a scenario, yes.
Yeah. No. Period. He's got to be the number 1 overall pick. Running backs are not a thing of the past, but anyway, number 1 is Justin Jefferson. Number 2 is Jamar Chase, and they're really 1A, 1B. If they're both full healthy for the full year, 1A, 1B. And then 3, I do have Tyreek. I don't really see whatever happened with him off the field affecting what happens with him this season. Right, and just because there's similarities to Alvin Kamara with the charges and everything, and nothing happened to him last year, and it might not even happen. Nothing might happen this year either. So Tyreek's number 3. Number 4, we finally have a difference. Ian and I have CeeDee Lamb, bona fide stud. Again, don't really see any reason why it's going to drop off. The Cowboys.
I love CeeDee.
Only offensive loss was Zeke, and they have Tony Pollard, who is just going to step right in and fill that role. So I don't really see any issues there. And then number 5, I have A.J. Brown. Same thing out there in Philly. They lost a ton on the defensive side of the ball, and I think they lost a couple offensive linemen too. But that offense was high octane last year. It's going to be high octane this year. They got better at the running back position, so that's just going to free him up even more. And I hate ripping scabs off of old wounds, but he absolutely torched the Steelers in the first half last year. No digs. If we were doing a top 10, Stephon Diggs would be in there for sure. But I'm trying to base this off of redraft as well, right? I'm not trying to base it off of Dynasty, although Diggs wouldn't be in my top 5 for Dynasty either, just because he's 30 or 31. But no Diggs on my list. And then my dark horse, I mean, yes, I picked the individual, but I picked this person because I think the whole team's a dark horse. I don't think they're being talked about enough. I think they're being talked about, but I put down Calvin Ridley. And maybe I did take a page out of your book there, Beckles, because he's newly acquired to my dynasty team. But I think that entire offense is just going to be absolutely bananas. The AFC South is the 7th worst division in football, just above the NFC South. Sorry, John. But I just think that they're going to run rampant. And one of two things is going to happen with Calvin Ridley. He's either going to cook or he's done. There's no in between. The guy's still in his prime. He's 27, 28 years old. He had a year off of football. You have a great offense there in Jacksonville, and I think they're going to be potent, and I just hope he benefits from it as well. So we'll see. That's why he's a dark horse. Not in the top 5. That's right. Johnny football.
I want to say pretty close, but not really close. You left the same personality as the top 5. JJ is obviously number 1. I have Jamar number 2. You can't discredit this guy. He's still going to catch no matter who's throwing to him. Devontae Adams at 3.
Yeah.
He's still gonna do his thing.
Top 3 the last 3 years.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
You had Jefferson, then who?
Chase.
Jamar.
Yeah.
Jamar.
To be honest with you, I realistically have Adams probably almost in front of Chase, but they're right there. This is where it gets tough because I think I take CD right here at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to our boy in the chat here, and I am taking Diggs at 5.
Are you?
And the reason why is because if that dude comes and plays this year, Josh Allen has no choice but to throw that man the fucking ball. It's just, I think he goes off this year with them. I'm not going to say he's going to beat these guys, but I see he's a top 5 receiver this year.
Problem with Buffalo is they don't have a number 2.
No, they never.
They don't have a number 2. They don't have somebody that can. When you have like such an.
You got a number 2 that shows up for 2 games of the year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and all of that is a byproduct of. It's the same thing that happened in Pittsburgh with AB and Juju, right? It was just a byproduct of the attention that AB brought. If you had someone over there like Devontae Smith stepping into that role, that freed up AJ Brown a lot. AJ's not a true number 1. I think he is, but like when you look at that, and early in Jefferson's career, Adam Thielen was commanding more respect than he did as of late. So don't be surprised if Jordan Addison goes off this year,
right,
in Minnesota. I mean, not top 5 worthy. I wouldn't call it a dark horse, but. Yeah, that's the thing.
The crazy part is people don't realize that.
Dynamic.
I'm going to go homer wise here, but I'm not saying that Chris Godwin's not good, but he got so much better because of Mike Evans.
Right. No one would know who T. Higgins was if Jamar Chase wasn't on the other side of the ball. And T. Higgins is arguably a top 10 receiver in the NFL.
Right.
And, maybe not in the NFL, fantasy wise, top 10, arguably. I should have said.
And then on my dark horse, I'm going to visit here. I was going to say just because of how. When I looked at it earlier today, how ESPN ranked him, they disrespected my man Mike Evans, but he's not my dark horse because he's still a stud. But they have him at 24 for some reason.
Because Baker Mayfield's throwing him the football, bro.
It doesn't matter though. He had Jameis Winston throwing the football.
I would take Jameis Winston over Baker Mayfield any day of the week.
I'm going to tell you this guy right here. Calvin Ridley might do his thing, but this is the dude that rode me to the end of the year. Zay Jones is going to go. He's going to do his thing again. So, yeah, Zay is the one that I would take as my dark horse this year.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see who emerges in that receiving core between Zay, Kirk, and Calvin Ridley.
Well, and then you have, what's his name? Was it who the hell was I looking at? Why am I blanking right now? Ingram.
Grandpa.
Ingram. I mean, you still have him as a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that team is
plus ETN catches a bunch of balls out of the backfield. That's the thing. Like,
and then ETN's finally healthy. If Lawrence is there, I mean, that team has their room of improvement is so crazy.
I just realized I have 3 players on Jacksonville's offense on my dynasty team. That's
good.
We'll talk trades off air. Yeah. That's too much. That's too many eggs in one basket. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a lot better than one team. Quick tip for those.
Yeah,
quick tip for those fantasy watchers: do not load up on one team.
Yeah,
doesn't work out.
Huge tip. I'm actually going to drop another nugget of knowledge on you here, and I think a lot of people pay way more attention to this than they should. When you're drafting your team, draft the player you want. Don't give a damn about bye weeks. If you have players that are going to carry you all season and they share a bye,
take the L. Don't
sweat yourself out about it. Yeah, take the L, bro. Take the L. No one cares what happens in the regular season.
Or win with 79 points that week. Whatever.
Like John did all the way to the championship last year.
Yeah.
So, right. All right. Yeah, thanks for coming to our TED Talk there. Great advice, D. There's a fly in here, sorry.
We got some RBs.
Yeah, let's do some running backs. Am I going first this time?
Who went first? Who went first on the
I
tight end?
think it's back on me. Jimmy, you're in the middle every time.
In the middle every time, everybody's gonna think I'm copying y'all.
No.
I wrote the
Jim,
shit
you can
down.
All right, go ahead. Snake it up.
You go first. You go first. We'll rock, paper, scissors for QB.
There we go. All right. Running backs was fun, but I put someone in here that I don't think I wanted to. You guys will hear who. So number 1, CMC. Catches balls, runs like a truck, can make anyone miss. When the dude's healthy, there's no question that he's the best running back in football.
And it's what?
Number
his first
2.
season there?
What's that?
First full season there, right? Yeah.
First full season in a
Yeah.
while. Yeah.
Plus, now he's in San
number-
Fran, too.
Number 2, I went Bijan, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Sheesh.
I know, and I don't like putting a bunch of stock into rookie players in the NFL, but I think the situation parallels so well. You guys remember who Trent Richardson was?
Oh, yeah.
For a
Had that
brief moment.
incredible rookie year.
Mhm.
He was in the NFL for like a cup of coffee, but had an amazing rookie year. You know why? Because they had garbage receivers. They had garbage quarterback play. And that's exactly what he's walking into in Atlanta, right? And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. Like Kyle Pitts, good tight end. Drake London, decent receiver, right? Desmond Ritter's the quarterback. He showed no talent last
He's
year.
terrible.
He wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
So my point being, and that running back or that the running back room
Is
ran
old.
the ball a ton. Great O line. No, I mean Cordarrelle's old, but they took Tyler Algier had a 1,000-yard season. That sounds like a guy that should sell fucking nationwide insurance, and he ran for 1,000 yards in the NFL. You know what I mean? So you put Bijan in there. I think he's going to go nuts just purely because they have to run the ball so much, and the dude's a horse. So he's my number 2. And this was the hardest decision I had to make, was putting him over my number 3 in Austin Eckler. I think Austin Eckler, he gets respected in fantasy. He gets overlooked every year.
Yeah.
But the dude catches a ton of balls. Again, the Chargers are one of those teams too that their offense got better after the draft, right? Like they have good receivers, but they can't stay on the field, and they just added added Quentin Johnston. And they're here's the other thing that concerns me about Eckler. He wants out, so we don't really know what's going to happen there.
Right.
Is he going to play his way onto another team? Like, is he just going to go all out? But the dude, he can get you 10 catches a game out of the backfield. You know, and Herbert loves checking the ball down, so he's my number 3. Number 4 is Saquon. Great year in New York last year. He was a similar situation to CMC. I think that's, if you know anything about fantasy football, you already know that that's what it is. CMC and Saquon Barkley are going to be, top 5 no matter what, as long as they're on the field.
Yeah, barring injury,
on the
they're going to be
field
there
last season.
every time.
So, yeah. This was the one that I didn't want to put in there.
I already know it.
But again, you have to weigh everything, and if everything goes the way that it should, there's no reason that he shouldn't be here, and maybe even a little bit higher. JT. The thing in Indy is they've been down and out for a while. Had that quarterback carousel. Now they have Gardner Minshew competing with AR for the quarterback spot. And no matter what, at any point, like AR is going to be in there this year. This dude was the number 4 pick in the draft. He was a 3rd quarterback taken. You're going to want to see what kind of talent you have at the future there. And the dude is 6'4", 244, and runs a 4.43, bro. Like they're going to run the ball. You might see the QB, like the read plays come
They're
back.
going to run that read option a lot.
With RG3 and Kaepernick back in the day. Like you're going to see that.
Yeah.
And then my dark horse. This was a hard one. This was probably the hardest dark horse I had to pick, maybe outside of receiver, just because like there's just so many possibilities. I went DeAndre Swift. He's coming into Philly now, and I don't really know what's going to happen in that backfield, especially with them bringing in Rashad Penny. Like they have a few different options there, but if DeAndre is their guy, he got overshadowed by injuries last year, and Jamal Williams had a fantastic season in Detroit. So Detroit was like, we don't need you anymore. Plus, they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, who I considered putting him as a dark horse, but I didn't feel like he qualified for that position just because everybody's talking so big on him. Yeah, so I went DeAndre. That's my list. Take it to the bank, boys.
I like it.
All right.
I guess I'll go next.
Go ahead.
Send it.
I think I went in the middle. I think I went in the middle yet. I'm pretty sure. All right. So, I mean, CMC's number one for me as well, for obvious reasons. As long as he stays healthy.
See on your team too.
Dude's an absolute stud. I wish he was on my team.
Wishes.
Dude's an absolute stud.
Who doesn't wish that?
I know, right?
I think is he still on Kunklor's team?
Yeah, if Kunklor ever looked at the fantasy league, maybe he'd be on somebody else.
Kunklor drafted him and he goes, oh, I hope he doesn't get hurt this year. In midseason, he was still at work and he's like, damn, he went to the 49ers. It's like, you just lucked out, dude.
Yeah.
That was an instant draft boost, and he was already boosted as it was.
Yep. Right. I'm going to go with Eckler at 2 for similar reasons. Catch a lot of balls in the backfield. Herbert checks down. They got a ton of wide receivers, like you said. It's just a matter of if they stay healthy. So hope they do because I have Herbert. So hope he lights it up.
Just so you guys know, every single one of Ian's power rankings are selfish.
Absolutely, bro. So CMC, Eckler, 1 and 2. I am taking Saquon at 3. Same thing. I think they tagged him this year, right?
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I'd have to look.
No. I thought it was last
I
year.
thought they did. I thought they signed Daniel Jones and they tagged Saquon.
Maybe that's what it was. You could be right.
I know they signed Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent after this season.
Yeah. So you're coming on, he's going to have a lot to play for. As if he doesn't already have a lot to play for with him being hurt to 1 year and then having an off year from the injuries. And then last year just going back to form.
Right. And as a team, the Giants are right there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're right there.
Right.
Beat Minnesota in the playoffs last year.
I'm not going to say he's supposed to be paid that way, but Daniel Jones isn't terrible.
No, it's not.
I also have Jonathan Taylor at 4. I think you had him at 5. I have him at 4.
Yeah.
I think the main reason is I don't have Dijon up there, and I think it's probably just because I don't pay attention a whole lot to college, but I know who he is. But I don't have him in the top 5. So Jonathan Taylor, I think the Colts were just going through it last year, and I think they'll come back to form a little bit, or at least Jonathan Taylor will. They do have a good offensive line. They paid him a shit ton of money, so they should perform. So I think they'll come back to form this year. And then I'm putting Josh Jacobs as my 5th.
Ooh.
I think he's been a stud.
He's my boy for years.
From the beginning. Yeah, he's been a stud from the beginning. And obviously he played I think he had a pretty huge chip on his shoulder last year. And I think nothing's changed in his contract or anything like that, right? Like he's still
keeping on.
Yep. Right. So he's just going to keep on keeping on. So I have him at 5. Dark horse is going to be tough. I'm just looking through the different running backs in the league right now. I'm trying to think of who. So this may be a dark horse. This may not be a dark horse. I don't know. But I'm going to go Khalil Herbert in Chicago.
That's a dark horse. That's
Yeah.
a dark horse for sure. Did you wait? Did
Yeah.
you only pick him because he's got the same last name as your starting quarterback?
No, he's on his bench.
No, good point though. I wish it was on my fantasy team also. They got Ramondre Stevenson, I think, up there now, or is that not Ramondre Stevenson?
No, he's in New England.
Yeah, who's the guy from Carolina they signed?
Dante Foreman.
Yes. Yeah, they have him up there, but Herbert's the one. And when he came in for Dave Montgomery, he tore it up.
They also drafted Roshan Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quarterback Justin Fields.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that's about as dark horse as it gets. That's
Right.
black coffee, no cream or sugar. Correct.
And that's after 6 games you take it out back and shoot it.
Jesus Christ! No, that's not what dark horse. Is that what you think dark horse means? They don't perform. You just shoot them.
No, it's a horse.
Is that what you do? You just shoot them? You don't own horses, do you?
No.
I hope you don't.
No, they're all dead.
Oh, man.
I guess this is why he doesn't own horses.
Jackass.
Hey, that's what you do with horses that
All
can't
right.
run. You take them out back and shoot them.
Moving on. Go ahead, McCoy.
All right, John, your top 5.
All right. Obviously, CMC.
Don't pull your trigger prematurely.
Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one for you, and you guys aren't gonna like it. I already know because you guys left him out of it.
K-makers.
I didn't. He was my number 6. No, Nick Chubb, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb at number 2.
He's still a stud.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're the only Browns player that I respect.
dude, depending on what happens, obviously with all the Hunt situation, all that kind of stuff, the dude's just gonna keep running anyway.
He's not on the team anymore.
That's what I mean. Like all that, what they
Oh.
decided to do with the backup running back.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that's a good pick. I don't hate it at all. Like I said, he was my first man out.
number 3. It's got to be Eckler.
Okay.
Number 4. This man. I'm gonna go Barkley, and then probably Henry.
I thought about Derrick Henry too, but
I mean, the dude's still gonna get the job done.
it's just that team is so bad, bro. Like I can't believe the backward progress that they experienced.
Mhm.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
They got
But
Tannehill.
outside
They
of
got
that-
Tannehill in his feelings, and that's what happened.
Right. So my number 6 right there would be Jonathan Taylor, just because I know what they're going to run in Indy. They're going to run that Wildcat offense like we talked about. I don't think Bijan's going to be bad. I just don't see him being in the top 5 this year. Now, if you're in a dynasty, obviously, yes, you're taking him.
Well, yeah.
But I just don't see him being there.
I think he's just going to have 300 to 400 carries and maybe 60 to 80 receptions for Atlanta to even consider winning ball games.
Right. And
That's
I hope
why I
they
have
give
him
that
up there.
to him. But
He's built for it.
all the running backs they've brought in, and even young guys, they haven't given that to them. You know what I mean? Obviously,
The opportunity.
they've never brought a caliber of Bijan as a rookie. They've never given these guys that opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you really call this dark because he's a starter or should be a starter. But I think you're going to see a crazy, crazy season from Breece Hall.
That's not a dark horse, but yeah, no, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like they have him down there.
I mean, I guess because of the injury, it could be a dark
Right.
horse, so I'll allow it.
I mean,
It's your show, John. We're just living in it.
that's where I pretty much was there. Outside of that, I mean, that's all I would probably say. I mean, White's down there too, which I'm going to homer that one, but Rashad White wouldn't be a bad one either.
Yeah.
He's going to catch a lot of balls out of the backfield when Baker has to bail.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said earlier, I mean, the running back position, it's so like the wide receiver, obviously injuries happen, but I feel like your running backs just now it's just make or break.
Yeah.
So I feel like over the past like 5 to 6 years, you've kind of seen that shift where running backs used to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your fantasy draft. They're not anymore.
Right.
But also a lot of teams have gone to like that 2 RB system now too.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot more committees.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing with with Bijan. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. I wouldn't think they would, but they could. So we'll see. But
cool.
Ian, you want to kick QBs?
Do that, or we can do rock paper scissors. I think we did rock paper scissors last time, and that was rough.
We're all on different frame rates.
Right.
Everybody sees my play before
and
everybody
then, and then we throw, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. I'll run it. That way I can keep up with you guys whenever you're on it. So top 5. I mean, number 1's Mahomes. That ain't gonna change. He's a wizard, and I mean that's enough said. Mahomes 1. I'm going Jalen Hurts 2. That offense is not going to change. I don't know. They have AJ Brown, they have Devonta Smith, they have Goddard still. They just got Swift, Rashad Penny. So it's
tons of
weapons. They had Miles Sanders last year, but yeah, same thing. They have tons of weapons. I don't know if they have as many weapons as San Fran does at the caliber they do, but they have a lot of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1 and 2. I'm going. I'll go Josh Allen 3. Same thing. He's just a stud. He's gonna light it up still with touchdowns and all that good stuff. I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna go. I don't know if I like it. I'll take it. I'll go Lamar 4. I'm gonna put Justin Fields 5.
Woo! My man's got cherries.
Yes, sir.
Cherries.
I think Burrow and Herbert. Herbert just depends on if his receivers stay healthy.
I thought you were putting Burrow number 1. I'm going to be completely honest because he's on your team.
I wish he was. Hey, I mean, he can get there. He can definitely.
If Mahomes retires, yeah. Who's your dark horse?
See, I don't know. This is tough. Because, I mean, no, that's not a dark horse. I think he's still going to be top 10.
Just go to your bench on your team and pick your QB.
I'm not going Geno Smith. I think he's going to be good. I think he's still going to be good. I'm not going Geno Smith.
It's not a bad dark horse.
It's not a bad dark horse. But it shouldn't be this hard, but it is. All right. I guess it's kind of dark. I'm Aaron Rodgers. We're Aaron Rodgers. It's weird that it's a dark horse, but just not at the same time, I guess. Like, it is Aaron Rodgers.
It's valid, though.
He has weapons now. Like, after Devontae left, obviously he had no weapons.
I mean, does he, though?
I think so.
Garrett
What
Wilson.
kind of weapens do you have?
He has Wilson plus the receiving core that he had last season in Green Bay.
Well, right, and they still were in it at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think dark
Were
horse.
they? It's the NFC.
Listen,
Because they had a deep.
ESPN's all up in his grill saying they're going to win the Super Bowl. So, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I think about.
They got to make the
anything
playoffs
ESPN
first.
pretty much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
right.
I'm with you.
You're right. And, like, I don't – yeah, I mean, out of the rest, although – see – no, I mean, I'm going to stick with that. I put him down. But there's another one I think would be a good dark horse, but you guys still got to go. So,
Yeah. Fields was a hot take, though. I will say that. As an Ohio State fan, I love
Fantasy.
it, but that was a hot
strictly fantasy.
Yeah,
Strictly
definitely.
fantasy.
Definitely.
They're
Dude's gotta run for his
Chicago.
life.
They're
Yeah.
probably a little better than last year, but right, correct. That's why.
Yeah,
Exactly
5-12 instead of 4-13 or whatever it was.
Yeah. One win more.
Bro, if I Mr. Miyagi this fly on live stream, you both have to send me $200.
Please try to catch it right here, right from the
Right
camera.
here. Oh, then that's
I'll
a
stick
grand
with that,
each.
dude.
Y'all each got
I'll
to
stick with
break
that,
me
dude.
off a stack, boys. Now I'm gonna try it. All right, John, are you going or am I?
You're up.
All right, bet.
Because my dark horse is going to piss you off.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, right. Number one, Mahomes. That's an easy one. Easy peasy. Ian, our lists are actually kind of similar. Number two is Burrow. Joey Burr. I was shocked that you left him out. To be honest, I know you acknowledged it, but
Yeah.
dude, they're good. Cincinnati's a good offense. They're a
Oh my God.
good offense.
I
Um,
absolutely acknowledge that.
Number three, I have Jalen. Number four, I have Josh Allen. Although I almost left him out of the top five entirely because I think Buffalo is one of the contenders from last season that didn't take a step forward on offense. Yeah, they drafted that new tight end that people are high on, but hooray, I guess. I don't know.
What happened with Denver last year with the tight end you were high on?
What's that?
Remember the tight end from Denver everyone was high on?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's not even their number one anymore. That was another name you couldn't pronounce.
Nope.
Number five is Lamar. I think that offense, and I'm glad you said him, and I went after you, so now it doesn't look like it was team bias. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
The dude runs. He's good when he's healthy. My dark horse. This was actually super easy for me to pick, but it also I could miss by a mile with this. So if y'all are banking on this, oh my God, no, I will
Don't get him started, bro.
His house. Stop. Yeah, I have a swan dive into my backyard. No, absolutely not.
We're just getting
Jordan
started.
Love.
We can't lose Jimmy in this podcast.
Oh, yeah, you don't need to get me started. I'm already there all the time. My dark horse is Jordan Love. I have no idea what's going to happen in Green Bay. So that's –
Love it.
He looked good when he
dark
came
horse.
in at the end of last season. I think he's going to have a decent year. That whole offense is young besides the running back room. And the running backs are still good. I don't want you to think just because they're not in their early 20s. Metzger, if you're watching, sorry, brother, this is going to break your heart. Green Bay's running backs are over the age of 22 years old, and they're still really good. That's a little bit of an inside thing. There's a guy in our league who I offered him. Let me bring this up real quick. He has picks 1, 4, and 5 in our fantasy draft, and our draft is only going to be rookies and current free agents. I offered him Justin Jefferson for all 3, and he denied it before I could even lock my phone. So quick. Which I mean, in one hand I get it, in the other hand I don't. but that
No.
would be the only way. And if any of the guys in our league are watching, that's the only way to get Justin Jefferson from me is give me 3 of the top 5 picks in the draft. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. Yep.
There's no way I'm not taking that. The thing is that's what someone was talking about the other day. I think it was Damien. He goes, "I'll give you my first pick for Trevor Lawrence." I'm like, Trevor Lawrence is already an established player.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I going to go after another player that hasn't established himself yet in the first round?
Unknown. No, I see it from both sides of the fence. Good night, sweetie.
Well,
Did you
you're
just
really
want to be
going
on
to
TV?
see my top 5 here.
You want to be? Are you sure? Say hi. My name's
Hi,
Sausage.
sausage.
They said hi. These are my friends, Beckles and McCoy.
We're
All right,
friends.
good night. I said McCoy. She said, I heard that man a lot. I always put you on speaker when you call because you talk for 4 hours.
So, you have okay.
So Mahomes, Burr, Jalen, Josh, Lamar, and Jordan Love.
Gotcha.
Oh, I almost put Trevor Lawrence in as the dark horse, but I didn't want to bring him up too much because I'm still going to try and get him from McCoy. So,
well,
He's gonna have a terrible season.
I'll pick up Baker Mayfield and trade him to you.
So we're on QBs.
Oh wow,
I'm gonna
just
do the thing
ignored
I
that
always-
one, huh? All right, I understand.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the thing I always do, and come out of left field.
Makes sense.
Number 1, Deshaun Watson.
No, so it is not what you guys take. I'm taking Hurts at number 1,
Oh my God.
then Patty.
Over Mahomes.
Yep.
Jesus.
Can I ask
Guys,
why
just for
before you give the rest of your list?
Just for the audience, if we wouldn't be a podcast if all 3 of us did the same shit every day.
So you just pick someone else to be different, or do you have like?
No, I really think he's going to be better than Mahomes in fantasy this year.
Okay.
Could be wrong, maybe not. Who knows? Then obviously, like I said, Patty. Then I'm going to go. Josh Allen. And then more things to piss some people off. We're going to go Fields. And Lawrence.
Top 5, huh? And he's not even your starting quarterback.
Nope. But the guy above him is. You brought up Burrow. Dude, great offense, does everything great.
I think you're both out of your mind. He's top 3. He will finish top 3 this year.
My problem with that offense is if they get in the red zone, they just do too much. They do too much with the run. He does throw the ball out. He has his touchdowns. I don't know. I don't have him there. I'm not saying he's when it comes to quarterbacks, yes, I would have him as a franchise, yes, top 3. Fantasy, no.
Bro, he finished number 4 last year.
That wasn't top 3.
I understand. All right. Well, I can't even. I have no rebuttal.
I'm
The
gonna say
defense
this.
rests, Your Honor.
I just think
I just don't have him
for a
there.
top 5 to be in a top, and again, I think Burrow is definitely eligible to be in the top 5, and I would easily any day put him in the top 5 and replace one of those. But I think just fantasy numbers wise, the ones that are going to scramble, besides Mahomes, obviously,
Guys that can run.
but the ones that are going to run are going to be the ones that are going to get you or have a more. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's a better opportunity to get points.
No, I
That's the
understand.
only reason.
Not saying Burrow.
If you look
Burrow
at ranked
can
above Burrow,
do
it's
a little
all
some
running
sneaks and whatnot.
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Not taking anything away from Burrow because Burrow is.
No, I would
Huge
easily
number.
put him right. Like I said, he would be above half them quarterbacks in the franchise, and he would be number 6 after all them guys. But all them guys, outside of maybe Trevor, run the ball.
But just remember, I know we just talked about it, and I said the defense rested, but this is my courtroom, and I make up the rules. Burrow finished 4th last year, and Jamar missed half the season. So
yeah,
there's that. I'm just saying. And guys, I'm a Steelers fan. Fuck
Who was the top 3?
Mahomes, Allen, and Jalen without me actually looking, but I can look right now.
So they just carried over, yeah, because Burrow was at 4,
definitely
yeah.
is.
Yeah, in that order, actually. Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Burrow, and then Herbert.
Yeah.
That was the top 5 last year.
So we're gonna go dark horse. Obviously, the one actually I was looking at was what you said. Jordan Love. I think he does well this year.
Well, it's a podcast, and nobody would watch if we all said the same thing. So
Exactly. So I'm gonna go and homer it with the number 31 ranked quarterback and take Baker Mayfield.
Good Lord. I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
Hey, you guys heard it here first. At the end of the year, he will not be the 31st quarterback ranking.
Bro,
Yeah,
these
the Browns
people
were in the
just he'll be
division,
35th. He'll be 35th because he's going to play 4 games, throw 3 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and then get fucking benched. And these people just watched 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 6 seconds of our goddamn podcast for you to finish the rankings like that. Oh, I'm pissed. Oh, man. You're lucky we don't live 2 minutes from each other anymore, bro, because I'd be, hello?
The other one I would say outside of that, it was my other guy was AR. I just don't
see that full blown respect.
Yeah.
And he also didn't finish 31 last year.
No.
He wasn't in the league.
Like I said, I went the deepest you could almost go outside of Sam Howell.
That was a bold move, bro.
Yeah. We'll see.
See if it pays off for us.
How long do you think Baker's going to play quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Does he make it through the season?
Over under.
The season? Yes.
So, okay. So there's no point to set us the over on. So he's going to start all 17 games for you guys, obviously, outside of injury. Okay. How many drinks have you had tonight?
Not enough.
Obviously. Jesus Christ.
I mean, Mike likes him. That's all that matters, you know?
Who?
Evans.
Oh. I thought you meant our friend Mike. I was like, what the? What did you consult him for your dark horse list? And he told you, yeah, go ahead, pick the 31st ranked guy from last year.
No. No, like I said, outside of that, I would have AR would have been my one. But I just went there. I mean, they have him 31st. I mean, I think he's better than a lot of people above him.
I just spilled water all over myself, so that's cute. I'm not using the hydro flask.
I'm not saying he's good, but I'm not saying he's 31 in the league.
No, 27, 28. I bet you he finishes above Kenny Pickett.
Well, Kenny Pickett's 18, bud. He'll probably throw more yards, more TDs, and more picks than Kenny Pickett. That's for sure.
Yeah, all the above. All the above. But yeah, guys, that's our power rankings.
And just for educational purposes for this podcast, do not draft Baker Mayfield in your draft.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Can you put that in caps, please? Post that on the live everywhere. Guys,
and don't put your money in the Browns winning the division either.
Yeah. People don't forget you said that, bud. That was our first episode. That was back in February. We're almost 6 months removed from that. Do you still stand by that sentiment?
Yep.
All right.
Hey,
I don't like it.
It's why it's podcast.
I was watching this ESPN ranking the other day. They had the Steelers. What was it? They were the number 2 seed out of the AFC. I'm like, dude.
Whoa.
I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What was that?
ESPN.
Oh, well.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah. We can go into this if you want. Our offense isn't going to win us football games. It's going to be that defense.
I'm not saying you guys couldn't win the division, but even if that division wins, and it battles itself out, it's not number 2 seed.
We're not winning the division this year.
Yeah.
We're not.
Oh, the Browns are.
Bro, that's not happening. That is not happening. Steelers have an outside shot at the wild card, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you I want that to happen. I don't think they're a couple years away. They're a quarterback away. Honestly, God, they're a quarterback away. They finally have a defense. TJ Watt stays healthy. He's going to win you 3 football games himself, just like he did Week 1 last season against the Bengals. He will win you a game.
The number 1 game to go to this year, Kyle actually messaged me and asked me, he goes, hey, we going to a Browns game this year? I was like, no, we're going to a better game this year. we're going to the Cincy Buffalo game.
That'll be a good game.
That's
The
dope.
rematch.
Where's it at? In Buffalo?
Cincy again, I believe. That's
Oh,
when I
is it?
looked it up. Yeah, they put it back there again. So, be a fun one.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Rematch there. But yeah, no, fantasy's gonna be fun. What are we doing this Sunday?
Yes.
7?
Yes. Well, probably a little bit before. So, Ian, go ahead. Tell the people.
7:30?
You're the master of affairs here.
All right. So if you saw our Facebook post earlier, we alluded to a special announcement coming. Our league that we talk about constantly, our Dynasty League, we are doing our rookie draft and free agent draft this Sunday, 7 p.m. And we're going to live stream.
Woo! Woo!
So you get to come
Ric Flair
in,
on the
kind of
bitches.
watch us, go back and forth, talk some smack, watch us draft some people. And then prior to that, we're going to have some guests come on, and they are going to be those that are in our Dynasty League as well. So we're going to go in, talk about their teams, talk smack again, because we like doing that.
No way
And
Gary
who
shows
knows?
up.
Maybe some live trades happen while we're here. Who
Ooh.
knows? Who knows? I
possibility.
don't know. We've been trying.
Big possibility.
Pay attention to our Facebook page and our Twitter. We'll be posting that stuff on there for a time starter. I think Jimmy, I believe you alluded to maybe like 5.
Yeah, it depends on how many
6.
people. Depends on how many people. We'll keep you guys
Yeah.
informed. I know we already got 2 guys that want to hop in there right now and chop it up. So I don't know. The earliest will be 5. Let's put it that way.
Right.
In case you guys are clearing your schedules to watch us over Dateline NBC Nightly News.
Yes, correct.
Earliest at 5.
And I think we'll kind of do some time slots similar to the draft. I think we'll have one at a time. I think after one it just gets too hectic. So we'll have pulling one at a time. But yeah, hop in, and then again, that is another time for everybody to get in the chat, give us opinions, talk some smack on them too if you want. All about that. Whatever happens.
This damn
Get it.
fly.
Get it.
Oh my god, I got him!
Whoa.
Hey! Bro, Cash App Jimmy the Plug. Run me my check. Run me my check. I just
Dude,
missed him. He
what
was
just
on the trophy.
happened?
Let's go, baby. This is my house. I live here.
Protect this house.
Dude,
Bro,
what
I'm
just
gonna be
happened?
100% honest with you. That was the most alpha male shit that I've ever done in my life. It was live. We are gonna go conceive as soon as this podcast is over. Testosterone on 12, my boy.
Any kids watching, go to bed.
Yeah,
Yes,
don't
sir.
ask your parents what that means.
Dude,
He said,
supposedly someone just what?
What?
They're reviewing a home run in this All-Star game. I'm trying to figure out what it
Yeah,
was.
so
This is a power rankings episode. We don't care about the All-Star game. I'm
It's
just
the only
kidding.
All-Star game that matters.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Also, guys, we've alluded to it a few different times here. I think this week what we should do is get all the details done for the fantasy league that we're going to run here. Again, McCoy, it sounds like you and I are on the same page. And I don't know if we talked about it or not, but it's going to be a pro bono league. But the winner's going to get some pretty nice Squatchy swag. We'll figure out details on how to qualify. Obviously, we want to give priority to those of you that have been here, basically since day one, or subscribers or anything like that. I also know my Carissa wants to do it, and I like living where I live, so she's going to be in the league. Plus, she's also following and shit. But yeah, we'll have the details for you guys.
Also
Hopefully
do
by
that
next
too, for sure.
Tuesday, we can commit to that because it's coming up. because it's a redraft league, we probably won't do the draft until closer to the start of the NFL season. But we can have all of our ducks in a row and all that shit hammered out. So by next Tuesday, we'll have it for you guys.
We can do that live too.
Oh, that draft? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. 100% we'd be live for it. But yeah, good episode, boys. Good episode.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, dark horse at quarterback.
You heard it here first. Take it personal.
It's getting that time of the year. You can smell it in the air.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, that and the wildfires in Canada, but mostly fantasy football.
It was cloudy here for 3 days without clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys, we'll be reaching out to people to follow for fantasy for sure.
Yeah, I caught that. I caught it too. So that's all we got here. For those that are watching, I'm gonna throw this up. Our boy McCoy, I can rhyme anytime. Hey, bars is going live on the TikTok. 10:30, 8 minutes.
10:30, 10:35, roughly, yeah.
Give or take. QR code. This goes right to his page. Scan that ish. Jump in. Support us. Support him. He goes ham late at night while Lip and I are sleeping. Because he might be the old geriatric, but
man's got to stay up and do his crosswords.
Yes, sir.
I like my sleep. So support him. Jump in this TikTok, even if it's for a little bit, whatever. He does some crazy stuff. I think he's got like a strobe light and a lot of crazy stuff. So
it's like a rave. It's like a rave.
Yeah, it's going to rave on your phone. It's like a rave on your phone. It's a mobile rave. It's exactly what it is.
It gets fun.
Oh, baby, he's going to do it now.
Woo! Oh, teaser. Teaser.
Oh.
I'm in there.
Why the hell didn't you do this all podcast on here? The fuck?
That's dope. Yeah, get those background.
I'm sure the people would much rather want to see that than a fantasy background.
Oh my gosh. How do you not have like a stroke?
Yeah. No, trust me. That's why I wear glasses when I do it. Because the one over here, my setup for TikTok's right over here, and I have to wear glasses.
Damn.
I'm sure the alcohol helps too.
Johnny seizures in the basement.
You're already spinning, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. The reason why he said 10:35 is because he's going to pop 10 ecstasy tabs. Get ready for that TikTok. Start rolling beans.
Oh, man. But yeah, we'll have details out on fantasy and what we're going to do with it for sure.
Yep. All right. Those that are watching, we appreciate you as always. We'll have this up on YouTube to rewatch.
There we go.
Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Sunday, 7 p.m. for sure. Probably sooner than that. Just hop on. You'll get a notification when we go live. We appreciate you guys watching, and we will talk to you Sunday. Catch y'all later.